Hostility between the U.S., Israel, and Iran has reached a boiling point. With military strikes now an almost daily occurrence across the Middle East, the region is teetering on the edge of an uncontrolled multi-front war. To prevent a total regional collapse, the Trump administration needed a neutral party, a broker who could step between the combatants and negotiate a fragile ceasefire before the situation became irreversible. Out of all the potential mediators on the global stage, Washington made a highly unexpected choice: Pakistan. By placing the stability of global energy markets and shipping lanes in the hands of an untested mediator, Washington ensured that any misstep in Islamabad would have immediate consequences far beyond the Middle East. That choice was quickly tested by an intelligence leak. Anonymous U.S. military officials reported to CBS News that the secret mediation process was being used to hide military assets. The report alleged that Islamabad quietly allowed multiple Iranian military aircraft to park at the strategically critical Noor Khan military base, located just outside the headquarters of the Pakistani military in Rawalpindi. Pakistan's foreign ministry issued an immediate denial, claiming these planes were strictly diplomatic transports carrying officials for the ceasefire talks. However, U.S. military officials maintained that these were combat aircraft, sent to Noor Khan specifically to escape American and Israeli airstrikes while the negotiations were underway. With this revelation, the illusion of neutrality evaporated. The very country assigned to referee the conflict was caught providing a safe harbor for one of the combatants. The report sparked immediate anger within Donald Trump's inner circle. Senator Lindsey Graham led the backlash, publicly stating that if Pakistan was acting as a military shield for Iran, the U.S. must completely reevaluate the role Islamabad plays in regional diplomacy. But for some, this betrayal was predictable. Israeli leadership had been issuing warnings about Pakistan's underlying bias long before the mediation began. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu pointed to the proliferation of state-backed anti-Israel messaging coming from Pakistan, alongside a steady stream of hostile rhetoric from the country's own defense officials. Washington had access to these warnings. By moving forward with Pakistan, they chose to ignore clear ideological red flags in favor of a convenience that didn't actually exist. The mediation strategy faced a deeper structural problem: Pakistan's heavy military reliance on foreign powers. Currently, a staggering 80% of Pakistan's military hardware is supplied by China, creating a dependency that dictates Islamabad's geopolitical boundaries. This dependency creates a direct conflict of interest. Benjamin Netanyahu recently claimed that China is a key partner in developing the Iranian missile program. This isn't a new development. U.S. analysts have long noted Pakistan's historical track record of assisting the Iranian nuclear program in its early stages. When a nation's entire defense infrastructure is tied to a superpower backing one side of a war, that nation is structurally incapable of acting as an unbiased mediator. The cost of choosing the wrong broker extended beyond the U.S.-Iran relationship. It sidelined America's most reliable partners in the region. Traditional allies like Saudi Arabia and the UAE expressed severe frustration, feeling abandoned by a Washington that failed to coordinate with them or offer protection during the crisis. The resulting diplomatic fallout reached a breaking point when the UAE made the choice to initiate its exit from OPEC. The decision to use a compromised mediator fractured America's long-standing security coalition, leaving Washington isolated from its regional partners when a united front was needed most. Following the collapse of these talks, Donald Trump received a peace proposal from Tehran. He reportedly discarded it, describing the offer as garbage. The administration now describes the ceasefire as being on life support, a fragile status that could break at any moment. If this life support fails, the fallout will be felt globally. We are looking at a resurgence of violence and immediate threats to the global economy through the disruption of the Strait of Hormuz. Appointing a biased mediator wastes critical time and creates a false sense of security. In this case, the failed mediation effort only served to accelerate the very conflict it was designed to prevent.
If you value clarity over chaos, explore more on Clear Lens X.